What's poppin', everybody? This is Sailboat Fighter 4. I've got a TCG online match with our Blissey V deck in Expanded. Flip my Magma coin, and looks like our opponent's gonna pick who plays first. And he wants to go first, which works out. There is very little benefit in playing first with this Blissey V deck. I mean, the only thing you really gain is that first attachment. That's it. That first turn, I guess, extra the first to sort of get the chance to set up and get that attachment. But to be honest, we'd rather play second. Play second, get to use a supporter, hopefully set up some energies, and then get that first attack. Grab a bunch of energies before our opponent can touch us. It's just the way it works. It's the way it works in like Mad Party Night March decks. They want to get that first attack, just put the pressure up quickly. And Bliss is very similar. So I get to open up with our battle compressor, and we're going to be discarding some energies, of course, do the recycle, the lucky, and the DCE. Most people will probably just dump all of the DCs, but I'd rather set up to get the pluses from lucky energy, in this case, get the recycle energy, so I know that I always have an energy once I attach that. It's like you got an energy forever, unless they put in the loss zone. And the reason that I did this is because all the extra damage we're going to do that we could have done, I guess, with the DCs isn't going to matter too much. My opponent is playing Togekiss. So the normal type Blissey versus the normal type Togekiss, which I guess in the new games is just a fairy flying now. It is what it is. I like it as a fairy. I like it as an old school normal flying type, original type in of Togekiss. But yeah, these Pokemon are somewhat similar, not completely similar, but they're VMAXs, they're colorless, they work on the cheap, they can utilize healing, they're basically tanks. And Togekiss, it's going to follow the same logic. He's going to be using max potions all day, like he just did now. Keep the guy healthy, and then just keep attacking and grabbing the necessary cards, toolbox style, every time it attacks. Now, the great news about Togekiss when we play with Blissey is that we are the favorable deck. I would say this is a pretty great matchup. He's using a bunch of enhanced hammers right now, but there's only so many he can use until he runs out. I can just grab all of the energies back, so it's no problem. And only so many max potions he can use as well. Energies is going to run out of the triple acceleration energies. So we can sort of match this deck when it comes to grinding, I guess. Maintaining our position and staying healthy. I've got my own healing cards, and Blissey V is also very high when it comes to the HP. With the Fury build, I'm at 290, and he needs like multiple attacks to get any KO. 3 attacks if I don't like do any healing. So it's going to be a pain in the ass for him as well. So we're going to be attaching our energy, and I'm not going to use the Hyper Potion yet. I'd rather do the extra damage because he can't really get the KO. I'm a little bit worried because if on the off chance he uses like Field Blower and then attaches like a Muscle Band on the Togekiss, which some Togekiss variants do use, like boosting tools like Choice Band and maybe Muscle Band, it is going to suck. But I just don't think he has it. Like, he's searching cards. It's probably like an energy. Probably like a max potion or something. Yeah. Now, stadium-wise, he played the Silent Lab. I countered with the Path to the Peak. None of these stadiums are really going to matter. Togekiss doesn't care. I mean, if it was going to run Silent Lab, it wouldn't care about Path to the Peak either. I doubt he's playing like any the Dennis and stuff. It's just a pure Togekiss tank deck that's just going to grab everything it needs. Heal, attack, grab cards, rinse and repeat. But we're going to get there. We're going to keep grinding. He keeps searching enhanced hammers. To be honest, I don't think that's a good idea. I mean, he softens up my damage, but I'm grabbing multiple cards per attack. You can only discard 1 energy with enhanced hammer. Plus, I can just get it back. He slows up the damage, but it's not going to be enough to stop me. And this is where this beauty of Blissey comes. I really dig it, being able to have a super easy matchup against stuff like Togekiss. This deck is normally very annoying with almost every deck that I use. It somehow just fucks me up, makes my life a pain in the ass. With Blissey, it's just wonderful to have an easy matchup. Like, all of this stuff he's doing is useless. Um, I guess if he uses like maybe Faba to put my energies in the lost zone, then it might be a little bit different. But we have enough energies to get the job done. So I used my first Hyper Potion and grabbed the Recycle Energy back. I'm going to discard the Stretcher. I don't think I'm going to use that at all. I might not even use like all 4 Blissies, to be honest. Maybe not even 3. Uh, yeah, I mean, we're just going to heal with them. The damage he does is pretty fixed. It's not that threatening if I can just keep healing. Go for Instruct. Draw a card. It is the Quick Ball. And via Seeker, let me just use Cynthia. Make sure we have healing cards in hand and ready. There's the Gold Potion. Beautiful. And I'm actually going to use it right now. Why not? Just let him know that everything he does is futile. Just make it look hopeless for him. There is no window for you to KO this first Blissey even. Okay, and now before you know it, we have like 6 energies on with the DC now. So it's pretty dangerous. If he can't heal this Togekiss, he's going to have to switch or something. Or just take the first loss. I just need to kill 2 of these Togekisses. Like 4 consecutive attacks should do the trick. And once he's not able to discard my energies, then it's going to be even easier. Like, he needs to discard my energies. Otherwise, I can even get like a 1-hit KO. Since this guy can't get a 1-hit KO on Blissey, I can just keep grabbing energies and getting even stronger. So he decided to use the supporter. The Team Flare Grunts discard the DC again. I'm just going to grab it back next turn. And interesting. Should I use the Hyper Potion? I do wonder. Depends on what we see next. Like maybe if I see like another DC and I attach it, I'll do that. But he's thinking really hard on what to grab. You know, it's very difficult for him. If you're going to be using your supporter just to discard an energy, you can't use stuff like Cynthia or Juniper to draw cards. So you're stuck in this position. I mean, I'm not going to lie. It really feels good to have this deck be so useless against me. I mean, it's not the worst deck that I've played against in all my experience in playing the TCG, but it's hell of annoying. Especially when I use like Nakanadal Guzzlord, Tag Team GX. It's a fucking pain in the ass, especially when my deck doesn't answer me at the right time. Right. So I'm getting my revenge on you, bitch. I mean, it would have been good if I could have built this deck as well, maybe, and show it to you guys. But to be honest, it's not exactly my cup of tea. I don't even know if I have some of those cards available. Anyway, Quick Ball. I'm not even going to bench anything. We're just going to go with Blissful Blast again. And get all of the energies right back. Now, unlike other... I don't want to say other, because this isn't exactly a troll deck. It's a real deck, but... decks like Sableye or Oranguru that just keep grabbing cards like Team Flare Grunt and Enhanced Hammers and Christian Hammers and using those sort of cards to stall you out. This deck sort of does that as well. But those decks recover them back. This basically grabs them from the deck, so you can only get them sort of once. Then I guess it's going to use a few Via Seekers or whatever, but then eventually it's going to be out of resources. It's going to be out of max potions. If he uses like AZs, Ace Rollers, he won't be able to use like Team Flare Grunts at the same time, or Fabas. So he's going to have to take a sacrifice eventually. And so, he couldn't discard my energies this time, so I can... I don't know, can I get a one-hit knockout? I've got 3 powerful colorless energies. I've got 1 DC. I got a DC in hand. I guess we gotta do the mathematics. I mean, there are 2 hurt on the bench. 2 of them that are hurt. And Guzma would actually be really handy right now. I would have to see like a float stone too, god damn it. Because all of our dudes have big ass retreats. I thought about having like a free retreating Pokemon in this deck, but then I thought, what is it really going to contribute? I guess you don't necessarily need Guzma in this deck. Since we don't have that pivot, I could just use boss's orders. It would have been more easy to use and consistent. But it just, Guzma gives us that chance to switch as well, which could come in handy. So I decided with all the large retreating Pokemon in here, it would be good. Now it looks like both Guzma and Floatstone were prized, but we got them. Got an easy KO of all the extreme damage Blissey can do with all these energies. And right now he's got to do something. Like, I don't think he can kill the Blissey. I'm surprised he's not running at least even one like muscle band or something. It would have really helped it. No field blower either. Like getting rid of my tools. I guess he's gonna use Faba for that shit. But with Faba, he's obviously gonna try and discard my energies, put them in the lost zone. I can't grab them back. It's just too slow though. He decided to use the max potion on the 170 HP one, but I've got the Guzma, I've got the float stone. All I gotta do is just switch my dudes. And we get an easy second KO on the VMAX. It's gonna be my victory. So hope you guys enjoyed this match with Blissey V. Subscribe to the channel, leave a like, share this video with your friends, and I'll see you guys on the next one. That's Blissey.